the answers he's making. He's not just trying to solve this for just infantry, which is what level 3 is going to be. He's trying to solve this for everything, and this should theoretically sort of launch him to 1,000 points and get him all the answers right to the end of level 6 if he gets this right.
And we have a champion.
And that's time.
And we're done.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Can anyone get a score? Just trying to figure out probably which one of those might have an early winner, because again, we're trying to find the throw.
Oh, Morgan's got it. Morgan Carr. Morgan Carr is the Excel czar. Morgan Carr, a superstar.
Oh, I love it. Wow. It was a really close battle. David just got some points at the end in level 5.
He comes to cell number 30 in the movement number 8. Then next time he goes back 3 cells and probably goes forward 2 cells or something like that. What's going to happen next? If she has received one answer correctly, if she's able to get all the numbers done, and the first one is correct, actually, she's copying the formulas. If she's able to do that the right way, she's going to be getting 1,000 points straight away, and there's going to be a clear win there. That's quite a lot.
Ooh,
oh my God, how many score?
Points. So Gabriela has taken the lead in this match. She's clearly fixed up one of her formulae. We can see that she's managed to solve quite a lot of problems now. So now the pressure is on Anup in the last minute to see if he can catch up those last few questions he needs to get back ahead and retake the lead.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Wow, wow, wow. That was an amazing, amazing match. Oh my gosh.
It looks as though Joseph's actually pulled ahead over Diarmuid at 550. Finished off top 4.
Oh no.
Yeah, and Michael Jarman as well, finishing off as well there. So Joseph sitting with a sizable lead here, unless Diarmuid can pull it back. Let's go ahead and pull it on over to Joseph real quick and see where he's working right now. With a minute 40 to spare. Probably feeling fairly comfortable in this lead right now, but still working.
But he had them eggshells and flour everywhere and butter on the floor, but that pie is coming together.
And he does have a little table. See that little table of 1s and -1s. But
yeah, a little difference table there starting at row 14, you're right.
Right, yeah. So
he's just done something good. Oh my God, he scored both of them.
Okay, so he's got
my
it
gosh. And now he's on to the bonus question, right?
Now he's onto the bonus. Now he's got
with the data table right there. There's the data table.
And the data table is exactly the way to do it. If you've got the way to reorder it.
293. Does that sound right?
293 in. Yeah, and now he's going to get his answers.
There,
very fast.
And you can see his score's gone up. 293 is correct.
Wow.
And in about 30 seconds, he's going to finish the case in 20 minutes.
In less than 20 minutes, actually.
I warned him about.
That's another perfect score
at the time.
Wow, look at that.
Well, that's it.
That's incredible.
Look at that. We have a winner.
For my American friends, Dim is the Michael Jordan of Excel. This is incredible.
Absolutely.
in each game. The scoring rules are.
All right, this is going to be an exciting day today.
It is.
We're watching the Excel Esports All-Star Battle. 8 household names in Excel going to compete in 3 awesome Excel gaming competitions to find who is the best at solving impossible Excel puzzles.
Yeah, and I would say awesome in the true technical sense of awesome, meaning frightening.
Frightening. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right, Oz.
We've seen those. We've seen them so far, and these things. Woo! You might have to lay down. All right.
And we have competitors from all over the world. So while it's noon here in the United States on the East Coast, people are here from the middle of their night. So appreciate everyone who's staying up late. So let's start with Dim. How you doing? I know you were getting ready for this. We saw some social media posts over the weekend. Tell us about your strategy here, Dim.
There's not much strategy. I figured I'd do some of the old questions to help me get in form. It's a little bit different from the financial modeling stuff I usually do in my day job.
It definitely is, right? Yeah, seeing these cases, like I've never had to solve this in my accounting department.
Yeah, and your AKA function is lambda. Why is that?
It's just rapidly become my favorite. It's like the skeleton key. It can do everything.
Okay, all right. I like that. And you're still living on that 10,000 you won from a few years ago, right? You bought a ranch and retired. And...
Oh yeah, that lasts for a lot of years in New York City, for sure.
Man. All right.
Okay, well that's good. David, tell us a little bit about the FMUC, your university competition. When are the finals for that?
The finals for that are going to be November 4th. So we're really excited to bring in, about 60 students from around the world to Tucson, Arizona. And whoever wins today, I want to win, but I also want one of these great competitors to come join me for the competition.
So a trip to Tucson, Arizona in the offing to attend the FMUC.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Whoever wins today gets a trip to Tucson, Arizona, and get to see some javelinas. Yeah.
Plus bragging rights, right? To being able to solve the weirdest Excel puzzles we've ever seen.
Woo,
that's good.
They're weird and awesome.
Yeah.
All right. You want to talk to Anup for a second? What's happening with Anup?
Yeah, I'm good, and I'm very excited about this. After a boring day, in the evening, I'm seeing all these awesome people, like all the functions I never use. They are just rolling through my head right now.
Yeah. And why is VLOOKUP your character function?
I don't know. I always strive to be liked by everyone. I believe VLOOKUP is the most liked function. So yeah.
That's good. I like VLOOKUP. That's my favorite function. So
you put yourself right in the middle of the storm, though. The storm of controversy. You like being the controversial one.
I mean, Gabriela with index and match. How are you doing, Gabriela?
Fine, thanks. I'm excited from the morning. I'm waiting for this battle. I couldn't concentrate at work.
All right.
So I'm quite excited.
And your sword is sharpened, ready for the all-star battle. And why are you index match? Because you want to fight Anup?
Yeah, because I want to win with Anup. It's not 1-1 today, so we would have to meet in finals to solve this index match versus VLOOKUP.
That would be an epic battle, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Finally, put it all to rest. Except for XLOOKUP beats them all, but here we are. Michael from Canada, you were a fan favorite before Jarman's army was out there strong. How are you doing today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hi to all the army today. So hopefully they've all come out strong today. So it was great having them in December, and hopefully I can do them proud today as well.
And I loved your function sum product. That was the function that for the longest time just scared the heck out of me. I never wanted to meet someone in a dark alley with them wielding sum product. So respect there. That was good.
Yeah, why is that some product you picked?
I just feel I use it for a lot of things. Like I think it's a lot more versatile than people think. Like you can replace a lot of other functions using some product, and sort of once you know how to use it like that, you kind of don't need to worry about how anything else works.
Okay.
There you are. All right, that's great. Good luck today.
Thanks,
Andrew. Unique. One of the new functions from September 2019 is unique.
Yeah, I think it's just it's been really handy to have some of those new functions. Before, if I was trying to do the same thing using the old functions, then you kind of have to set up lots of columns and things, and it was quite messy. And so, yeah,
that's good.
And you're there in Sydney.
Yes, I'm in Sydney.
Yes, the home of the great ibis, right? Yeah, the
The
bin
ibis.
chickens.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of them.
All right.
All right,
Glad to
Jeff.
see you here. Yep.
Jeff, how are you doing today?
Yes, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
So your functions were sum, if, and max, and I'm trying to figure out if you're trying to use those together or just you have two favorite functions.
Yeah, no, this is just kind of like sum is one of my favorites and one of my the function I use most of the times, right? Max is because my personality, I could say that, right? Always take out a lot of things, right? Yeah.
So you embrace it. Yeah. All
Joseph,
right.
Joseph, is logical. You scared me with that one. I actually thought it wasn't a function, but it is. I've never
I
used
looked it up myself. All right, Joseph.
Yeah, that's not my favorite function. I thought the question was what people might describe you as.
Yeah, no, it's a perfect answer. Perfect answer. I love it.
Yeah,
I don't use it myself.
All right. Well, we have an exciting day today. 3 rounds with everyone going head to head in the first round. So let's take a look at the agenda for today.
Let's look at it.
All right. So in the first round, 8 of you will all be solving the same case study, and then the top 4 will advance to case study number 2, and then the top 2. Each case study is 30 minutes in time. So. As opposed to previous events where we were maybe one-on-one, this will be the top 4 scores in the first round. We'll move on. All right. Oh, good. So, case number 1. Let's take a look at the video for that, and then we'll
not be dealing with social media content here. Instead, we will revise the old mechanical slot machines. You are creating an online game, similar to slot machines. However, you don't want to use it for gambling, so the game is free, and instead of money the players will be awarded points. The game will use a total of 5 reel strips with 19 sectors each. There are a total of 8 different symbols, 1 symbol at each sector. The game starts with all the 5 reels standing on the starting sector. For each turn, you will be given the number of sectors that each reel rolls. Your goal in the game is to calculate the number of points scored by the player in each game. The scoring rules are specific to this case and don't have too many things in common with real slots. Each item gives a player base points from 10 to 100. If a player rolls 5 different symbols on each of the 5 reels, then the total score for the turn is just the sum of these points. However, if there are duplicates, then their points will multiply with each other. For example, if you roll 3 bells and 2 cherries, the total point result will be 27,100 points. If you end up with all the 5 reels showing diamonds, you will score a total of 10 billion points. Good luck.
All right. I love this this case. It takes me back to one of the very first programs I ever wrote. One of my friends in high school, down in their basement, they had an old ancient slot machine with the mechanical reels and all kinds of guts there.
And arm.
Yeah, the arm, right? And I remember trying to write a program that would simulate that machine. You know, like how many times it would spin, and the whole trick with that reel is, you know, there's only so many slots around the reel, and when it goes all the way around, you know, if there's only 19 slots and you go 25, that means you're going to end up at the 6th or 7th one, and trying to write that animation. First I was doing the animation, but then, you know, the math of trying to figure out where it ended up and then how many points would pay off. It was a good one, but it's a great first case here today. I think there's some easy points to be won early on. We should see some people
early
getting
on.
points.
Early on, yeah. And these challenges, they get more difficult with each round, right? So the first one is easy, or it depends on who you are that is easy, because some of these are way out, but they build, right? And they're pretty interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so I actually love this one. Andrew, who writes the cases, did a great job here where level one, you're just trying to work on one reel. It spins 47 times. Where's it going to end? How many points is that worth? So, you're doing an X lookup or a V lookup, plus trying to figure out, how are you going to figure out where it's going to end up if it goes beyond the 19, right? So that's just 60 points there in level one. And then one reel doing 3 spins. Can you track where because if it started on that cherry and it ends on a star, you have to start counting the second spin from the next spot.
Right.
And then
yep.
Getting all 5 reels. And that's where this crazy thing that the old slot machine from the 1920s never did this. That if you have 2 or 3 matches, they multiply times each other. So the 20 times 20 if you had a pair of something, or 10 times 10 times 10 if you had 3 of them, which is going to be tricky. That's going to be that's probably going to be using the caret operator in Excel to do you're going to count how many you got and then raise something to that power.
Yep, there's the caret operator, and then so we should say that right now the contestants have received the challenge and they're going over it now.
Right, they shouldn't start modeling, but they're reading all the instructions.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And so we're giving them time. We're giving them time to let this all sink in and figure out where they're going to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And
and something new this time. But this is great. We have to. If you go out to slido.com, SLIDO.com, and put in All-Star Battle, there is a QR code up there on the screen in the top right-hand corner. You can use that or in the chat. And vote for who you think will win. You can actually rate all 8 of them. So go ahead and do that, and we'll figure out who our fan favorites are today.
That's right. Who will it be?
Takes a little bit of time to move those around. So go ahead and take your time to vote, and we'll take a look at that leaderboard as they're coming out.
And right now, for the contestants, for the global ranking, Diarmuid is ranked 2nd in the world. Anup is 13th in the world. Joseph Lau he was the 2020 winner. Where is he? Is he ranked number 1?
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't have a ranking on his slide,
okay.
So that's a good one. And Gabriela at 16. Although I've watched Gabriela, Cinderella Story, won a couple of them earlier this year. And got right into the finals. So,
beautiful.
Lots of opportunities here. When I saw this list of 8 people, I said, "Wow, these are the household names in Excel."
That's right.
These competitions.
Yep.
Again, go to slido.com, and it's you're entering as All-Star Battle. You can vote. So check that out.
Slido.com, and we're going to find out today who has the sharpest sword of these 8, and we're going to lose half of them after this first one, right?
Right, that's right. Yeah. And actually, after I saw the cases, I would be so happy that I would get knocked out in round 1 or round 2, so I would never have to solve round 3, right? As you and I are the smart ones here. We're the host. We don't have to solve these in 30 minutes.
That's right. That's right.
It's been given. I saw the case a couple days ago. I've been having nightmares about these. So I'm glad.
Yeah, I have too. But I've worked through them. And there's so many different directions you can go, and because these are timed, this is a competition, so a person has to think about, like, okay, there's some things I could go into Power Query and unpivot, or I could do some 2-way lookup. Or what do I do? Thinking about the time.
Right, that 30-minute limit. What question is VBA legal? It is legal, but it's going to take you longer to write some VBA
and test it.
Right. Yeah. heck with testing.
Yeah.
There'll be no testing today. Let's just go.
Yeah.
And then of course, when you're getting down to the last minute, we've seen people use ran between just to get some random numbers in. We're not gonna have time to solve this. Let's put some guesses in, and maybe you'll hit one and get some points. So all right. So it looks like this table here. These are live. These are updating as we're watching it. So we can see Dim is the fan favorite right now.
Okay.
And he did a lot of videos on social media this weekend talking about the contest. So might have some of those folks there. And then Joseph, Andrew, Michael, Gabriela, and David and Jeff. All right.
Wow,
that's good.
So they're going with the rankings, huh?
Yeah, that's the fan favorites.
All right.
Okay. Well, we wanted to give everyone about 5 minutes to take. Let's move on and bring everyone back. See if they have any questions and
go get them. Okay, there they are. Welcome back.
There you are. So you've all had a chance to take a look at the case. Any questions before we get started? All right. Well, we'll see you all in 30 minutes. So let's do a little countdown here. We'll do 3, 2, 1, go. All right, good. So this is great.
Yeah.
We have the ability to watch any of the 8 screens.
Yep, that's right. And I am going to put my glasses on. Oh my gosh, how did I do this? Hold on a second.
All right, let's just start with our fan favorite, Diarmuid Early, and we'll take a look at and see how he's starting to attack this. All right, so you can see there that they've in level 1, they're trying to just get that whole concept of counting how far. And look, he's using the mod function. The mod function. So this goes back to your high school math class where you did a division and you're getting the remainder. So if there's in this case they're moving 35, the real 93 spaces, and every 19 it resets. So a mod function there would be one way to do it. I know. Oz, when you and I were talking about this, it was just let's take those reels and just stack them on top of each other, either using the new VStack function or just copy and paste.
Yep. And when I did this, I looked at the maximum number of spins, like that 77, 57, 69, add them all up together, and then stack the 19 beyond that. So then being set up to use an index.
Look at this. Dim is off to a quick lead with 60 points already.
Wow.
We're barely a couple minutes in, and he's already solved the first level. This is wild.
Yes,
holy smokes.
it is.
And there he's pasting in his answers for 220 points. This is crazy. He's off to an amazing start in less than 2 minutes.
Okay.
Already got a fifth of the points. Well, let's go take a look. And Gabriela has solved 60 points. Let's take a look at Gabriela's screen. Wow, this is amazing. Really, really fast solutions here.
Yeah.
And Gabriela is working on level 2 now. Dim was able to take his result from level 1 and very quickly create the solution. Gabriela looks like she's doing a little index out there with the mod function as well.
Yep, using the mod and not the stack it up method.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let Gabriela keep going. Let's go on to Anup, who also solved with 60 points there.
And also notice how cool it is. You can use these bells and stars in formulas.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. Although you don't want to put them in a book.
If we found out about that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, these new emoticons or emojis that Excel lets you do with the Windows period key. Those don't translate well to when you get to Adobe. So be careful.
Not all of them, even in Power Query. Like I moved the pretzel emoji into Power Query and it bombed out. The poop emoji showed up, but the pretzel didn't. All right, so we got the mod function again. 3 contestants using the mod.
Okay, Michael Jarman only has 60 points. He's solved level 1. But Andrew is in trouble. He only has 18 points.
Yeah.
That means that something's wrong with Andrew's. Let's go jump over to Andrew and see. He must be struggling with level 1. Or does he not realize that level 1's not working for him? So let's see what Andrew's doing here. Somehow
He's
18
thinking.
points.
Let me see. Let's see.
Yeah. He's going back to try and figure out how that formula is not working. Or actually, no. He's going on to level 2. He doesn't realize that he hasn't gotten level 1 right. Oh, that's going to cause problems down the road for him. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's 1 in the morning there for Andrew. Oh, Dim is now up to 410 points. This could be a record. We're just over 4 minutes in. Let's go back to Dim's screen.
Okay.
Diarmuid Early, who has managed to solve level 3 with 410 points. Although it looks like he has one that's wrong somewhere in there. So does he realize that he's there? Okay, so in level 4, he's doing 5 reels, 1 spin, and this is where you have to do the count F to figure out how many times each item appeared, and you're going to multiply those together. So if one of these is worth 50 points and you get 2 of them, it'll be 50 times 50. If you would get 4 of them, 50 raised to the 4th power, 50 times 50 times 50 times 50.
Yep, and he had that caret symbol in one of these formulas that I saw.
Right. Yeah, that's the raise to a power, right?
Yep.
All right.
Exactly.
So Diarmuid Early is off to an early start here with 410 points. Andrew, 178. Oh, and Dim just scored now 608. 608. So
wow,
a lot of level 4 is working. Wow, this is amazing. We're watching Excel brilliance here early in round 1. All that prep that Diarmuid did posting cases on social media this weekend must have worked out. Let's jump over to number 8, Joseph Lau, who so far
let's
is
see
not
what's
on
happening.
the board.
Might he be one of those that set everything up and then at the last second tightens it in and boom, out of nowhere?
So it looks like he's just diving into level 1, probably trying to understand all of the various items. And you see that he has sheet 1 back there. We don't know what he built on sheet 1. That might be something that'll help him. Let's see if he switches back to sheet 1.
Let's see if we can see that.
Maybe he built his table, taking the reels and repeating them multiple times. Yeah, so we're on sheet 1. He's done a lot of pre-work.
Yes.
This could allow him to solve the later items much faster, right? So a little bit of pre-work ahead of time. Wasted 6 minutes doing the pre-work with no points to show for it yet, but now the points might come very, very quickly. All right.
Just like in Forged in Fire. See the guys who the contestants who clean their metal first, they wind up with good knives in the end, and the ones who don't, they get out ahead of time, but then they wind up with a cracked blade or something. All right, so that preparation, yes.
This is great. This is exciting. Look at Dim now in the lead with 630 points. Andrew 378, Michael Jarman 220, Anup 140. Remember the top 4. The top 4 will move on to case number 2.
But we got to see if Joseph's strategy is going to pay off. But one funny thing about this is it's not just good enough to count the cells. You got to start at the next one. So so that was one thing that tripped me up, was just starting to do the math and say, wait a minute, no, that's not how it works. Like here, the 7, and then what's after the 7? Is that a star?
Oh yeah, I'm not sure. All right, hey, if you're just joining in, we're watching Excel Esports All-Star Battle. The best Excelers, 8 household names in Excel, are using their Excel mastery to solve 3 basic Excel games. Let's go
and
take a look.
We just got started. We're early. We're on the first challenge.
Michael Jarman at 420 has successfully solved everything in level 2. Diarmuid at 630, he has missed one. He should have 640 at that in level 4, but he's probably working on level 5 at this point. Andrew at 378 is clearly deep into level 3. And here we are at Gabriela. All right, so Gabriela currently is at 60, trying to solve level 2. And there she's also using the mod function for those various items, and then getting the points. It looks like the points are working correctly over on the right-hand side. She's going back and editing those formulas, pressing F2 to take a look and make sure that she's adding 1 right there.
Yep.
To each
Gotta
element of
add
that
the 1.
formula. Yeah. You can see that she's checking each formula very carefully to try and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And then has her answers over there in the far right-hand column. At some point, she needs to bring those back into the green section and then copy them out to Excel Online, where our live scoring happens.
Yeah. Yeah. So how would you think about using a mod versus stacking the reels up?
Yeah, I initially thought mod would be the way to go, but then when I saw a solution with a reel stacked up, like you say, there's just some limit. You wouldn't have to stack more than 10 of them or something like that.
Right.
So yeah, it's good here, and you can see for the folks at home down in the lower corner there, the APM. That's the keystrokes per minute. You can see those numbers around 247, which is a lot of keyboard action happening. Here we are with Anup, who has 340 points and is currently working on level 3.
Yep, currently.
Oh no,
in
on level 4. He's
place.
working on level 4. So at the end of level 3, Anup should have 420. So that means that a few of his level 3 must not be correct. He has an error somewhere there. Let's hope that doesn't hurt him as we go through. With these early leads, it's possible that someone's going to solve all 5 levels and get to the 1,000 points, and that's where having one early mistake, it's like missing an extra point out after a touchdown. That 1 point can come back and hurt you later.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm wondering if Joseph Lau is going to get on the board here.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look at Joseph, who had done all
Yeah.
that pre-work on sheet 1, and see how he's doing on his.
He just
Right, so
busted
he
out
has
the
answers there.
VLOOKUP.
He just needs to transfer those over to the Excel Online screen. And again, he's using the mod function as well. We haven't checked in with David Brown yet, who's
Yeah,
in
let's see what's happening over there in Arizona.
Yeah. All right, David.
Okay,
is-
helper columns. Okay.
Yeah, look at that. Building it all here on one sheet. That's good. It keeps it in view. So he's taking his level 3 logic and copying down to level 4. The difference between level 3 and level 4, in level 3, you're just figuring out how to score the 5 reels. So getting the concept of multiple items being multiplied together, and now actually trying to do one spin down here in level 4. And this is worth 220 points. Level 4.
Yeah. Wow. One strategy I used was to do the view, get a second view window to see them side by side and not have so much on one sheet. But everybody has their own strategy.
Sure, right. Yeah, and it depends on your screen size there. We see that Jeff Tan and Joseph Lau, everyone has now solved level 1 successfully, so that's great. Everyone is on the board with the 60 points.
Yes, Joseph is finally on the board. All right.
Yep.
Joseph Lau.
And let's go back to Diarmuid Early, who's working on level 5. And that's for the final 360 points there to get to the 1,000. It looks like
Andrew is not far behind. All right.
Yeah, there he is. He just pasted those answers in. And let's see if his score updates. Nope, he's still going back to check the function using the new sequence function there. That's great.
And I also saw the curly brackets for that control shift enter function, right?
Yeah, using the what if analysis data table. That's a common one, especially in these later levels. You're trying to solve it for just one case. And then once you get that logic to work on the data tab, what if analysis data table, and it replicates that logic for all of the other cases. All right, so we are just about 13 minutes into this 30-minute case, and a lot of people are on the board right now. If everything stayed the same, it would be David Brown, Michael Jarman, Andrew, and Diarmuid Early would be our top 4. Although certainly Anup is just right at their heels there with 340 points.
Right there, yeah. Right. Okay, now Joseph has dropped down into 7th now.
Let's take a look at Andrew there at 598. see if he's on case 5 or if he realizes he has a problem and is still working on level 4. All right, so Andrew is back here on a 3rd sheet. So he's copied his logic from sheet 1, it looks like, by dragging that sheet to the right, and is trying to build this logic here. And level 4, trying to get all 5 reels that spin a certain number of times.
Right.
Yeah. And there he's building a data table. All right. So this should very quickly get a whole series of answers. And he'll copy those and paste them in. And we'll see how he did there. Oh, look at that. 958 points from Andrew. All right.
Lord.
So he has solved everything, but he still has a couple of errors somewhere along the way. And this is going to be so tough to go back and figure out exactly what has happened. All right, so Andrew taking the lead over Diarmuid Early, but again, remember the top 4 all advance here. Andrew has 15 minutes left. These are going to be an annoying 15 minutes to try and go back and figure out exactly where the logic error is. And hopefully he doesn't introduce any more problems as he goes along. We see that Michael Jarman, shout out to Jeremy's Army, that 584. Let's take a look at Michael. He clearly is deep into level 4, although there's some things that aren't working there. So is he working on level 5? I love that he took the time to name his worksheet "Doing It Properly." That's good. That's right. You can see he's pasting every 5th reel there, so he's trying to track these 5 reels through multiple spins. In the last level, we're doing 5 reels spinning, and we're doing 10 spins. So that means each of the reels has to start from at the end of the previous spin, and see where they end up there. So he's copying his totals across. Boy, you can actually see it's taking a long time for those numbers to recalculate. He had pasted about 5 cells before they all popped in. Now he's got to get those answers back into his total cells.
Okay.
How's he going to do that? That's tricky.
Okay, Diarmuid and Andrew, 1,000 points each,
all
1 and 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice job. All right. The fan favorite, Diarmuid Early with 1,000 points. Andrew with 1,000 points. They've locked in their spot in case 2.
Next round.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And so Diarmuid is number 1, probably because he got to 1,000 first.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So Michael is here trying to solve. Let's take a look at David Brown, who is currently in 4th, although only by 8 points over Gabriela. All right. So David is working on level 5.
Okay. All right.
That's an interesting strategy. Does that mean that he skipped level 4? Why? I'm not sure, because he doesn't have all the points from level 4 yet. He would be at 640 points, so something has gone wrong in his level 4. And that logic, if he's copying that logic down, that bodes that could be a problem. And you can see his APM there is 62. He's doing a lot of thinking, a lot of keystrokes. Right behind David, we have both Joseph Lau and Gabriela. Let's take a look at Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph is now just right outside the 4. He needs 8 points.
8 points behind.
Okay.
And there's 12 minutes, 40 seconds left. All right. So he is working on level 4. And this is where you're spinning all 5 reels. They all go a different number of slots in position. And it looks like Joseph is thinking about this one. And again, he has this great worksheet that he built back on sheet 1. As he's trying to figure this out. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at Gabriela with 420.
Oh, transpose function. Okay.
Look at that. One of the new. Actually, it's not a new function. It's been around forever, but before we had to press Control Shift Enter, and now we don't. Great way to turn data sideways on the fly.
That's right.
And this is still anyone's game. Michael Jarman now has 945. So he essentially has solved case 5, but still has a few mistakes somewhere. Let's take a look at Michael's screen. and there's still 11 and a half minutes left, right? So there is the opportunity for David or Joseph or Gabriela to get to the 1,000 points. If they would get there before Michael manages to find these errors that he has, then there we go. Michael solved it. There we go. He's at 1,000 points.
Figured it out. Okay, Michael.
Third person to advance. All right.
So there's just one more spot.
One more spot, right? And we're down to David with 420, Joseph with 420, Gabriela with 420, 351, and Jeff Tan at 140. Now, hey, for those of you watching, there is a great opportunity here. You can download these cases for free, but only during the live stream. So go to fmworldcup.com. Make sure that you do that during the live stream where you can download those. If you're watching this later, you can go buy the cases with the solutions. But if you want to try this, it's definitely worth it to go download them now during the live stream. And if you want to participate in an event like this, sign up for the FMWC Open Excel competition coming up at the end of the year. Again, tickets to enter are at fmworldcup.com, and you might be there. All right, so we just have some movement there. Joseph Lau jumps up into a two-way tie with Gabriela and Joseph at 640 points.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. And up 560. We have 10 minutes left, so we're 20 minutes in, and everyone is doing a great job. Now, the 640, that means that you've solved level 4 successfully, and you're moving on to that level 5 where you're taking the logic from level 4 and doing 10 spins. Right, so it should be.
Gabriela. Okay.
Yeah, look at Gabriela thinking down there.
249
APM. That's actions per minute. Is just crazy. And look at that 10 billion there in column M. That must be 5 diamonds matching or something like that. All right, so we have neck and neck here, Gabriela and Joseph. Looks like Gabriela is copying her level 4 logic down into the level 10. Let's take a look and see how Joseph is doing. With his
Joseph. Let's see.
All right. Yeah, it looks like he's just taking a look at level 5, figuring out his level 4 logic, how that's going to copy down. Will he is he going to go below? Oh, interesting. He's going below instead of going to another sheet.
He's got a ref error to figure out.
The ref errors. I hate reference errors.
Wow. Well, that usually means the formula was working and then something got deleted.
Yeah, or I've seen it where it's pointing off the left edge of the sheet. So you copy something that's pointing 4 cells to the left over to column A, and there is no 4 cells to the left.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right. There's no negative X, right?
Definitely a bad thing that will happen to you. And, here in the heat of the battle with now 8 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Really, the first person who solves this and gets to 1,000 points will be advancing. So for
an edge out to
and David Brown just jumps up ahead with 788. Although I have to tell you, David is in trouble because he has missed something on the earlier rounds and doesn't realize that he's missed it. So he probably now has put in his answers for case 5 and realizes that something earlier has gone wrong. Right?
No,
I actually,
go ahead.
I actually have a much better feeling for Joseph and Gabriela, who are working. They have level 4 working correctly and trying to solve level 5.
Now, how would Joseph know that he's got something wrong?
Or David. And actually, you can see that he just cleared some answers there and went back to 428. Right. So something, either he changed his formula and pasted in the wrong answers. And now David's back to 788. Right. You see him just going up and down there as he's cutting and pasting the answers, maybe trying to solve it. I really think. I think it's down to Gabriela and Joseph here, who can finish their level 5 first. Let's go take a look at Gabriela.
Yeah. So how would David know that something is wrong?
I think once he sees his score, he should see his own score and see that he's not at 1,000 points, even though he's filled in all the answers, right? And it's just a matter of figuring out where along the way. And unfortunately, they don't tell you which answers are right or wrong. They just give you those totals. So with 6 minutes, I'd be planning my own way to the Tucson finals because he probably is not going to make it. All right, so here we are. We're at Gabriela.
All right, Gabriela in 6th place currently.
Yeah, well, a two-way tie with Joseph.
Yeah, and there's still one spot left to make it to the next round.
Right. Wow. Okay,
With
so
6 minutes, 10 seconds left. She's moving.
Oh my! If neither Gabriela or Joseph make it to 1,000, David with the 788 would squeak in there. It's almost like a defensive, playing defense right now. Can David find his earlier errors? And if he can, he has to hope that no one else can get deep into level 5 here. All right, so there's Anup, who is working on level 5 again with his 560 points. He's very quickly pasting things in. This is where we have to model 10 different turns. So he's copying things from turn 5 to turn 6, checking his formulas there. Right. And so let's say Anup at 560 manages to get the 360 points from level 5 correctly. Then he could jump up to 920, although David Brown has now solved a few of his at 924.
Yeah.
And then just changed on 914. Oh, that's interesting. So he can change and answer and see whether it was correct or not. So right there, he's picking up 10 points and losing 10 points as he's checking the various ones to see where he's at. So David at 924, hopefully will find his error. That's a brilliant way to figure out where the error is. Just removing one answer at a time and then undoing it to see how your score changes. So great strategy there for David. All right.
This is interesting because what I noticed was you get something working, and then depending on how you work, I had some inconsistent formulas in a solution and had everything all messed up and had to go back and just make everything consistent.
Right. Yeah, and that's something that definitely takes some time. All right. So we still have. There's still time. There's 4 minutes left. Joseph or Gabriela can still solve this. Let's take a look and see how they're doing. Let's start with Joseph first.
Yeah.
And see how he's doing on level 5. Yeah. All right. So this is where we have to model 10 different turns. Take the logic from level 4 that's working and basically replicate it 10 times. Although, where do you go? Do you go sideways or down to do all of that modeling? Right. And he's using his workplace on sheet 1. And is he at a point yet where he's ready to copy his answers? Doesn't look like it. All right, so we have 3 minutes and 33 seconds left. All right, Joseph. Let's go to Gabriela. All right. And she has... She's checking her answers there. The APM is slowed down now, 249. So looks like she's being a little bit careful, trying to figure out, how things are working, where they're going wrong or not. With 3 minutes left. All right. We have David Brown, who has given us all the answers, but there's still several that are wrong. He just picked up another one, 945.
Well,
right? Is that solution enough? Is that solution enough?
Let's see. Can he hold on to it?
Yeah, right. This is going to be right down to the wire. Let's take a quick look at Jeff Tan. See how Jeff's doing.
Yeah.
At the bottom of our leaderboard with 140. He is
okay. Jeff
still working earlier. Back
Mr.
on case
Sumif
2.
Max. Okay.
All right.
How's he doing?
I feel bad for Jeff. It's early for him, 2 a.m. Yeah. All right, good. Let's go take a look and see how David Brown is doing. Is he still trying to figure out which answer is the wrong one? And 945, that's a strange number. That means he's missed 55 points somewhere.
Something.
And like in this round of 11s, could mean he has 5 of them wrong, or could mean that he has some combination of level 5 that are 12 points each.
And he's checking Zoom, right? He just checked Zoom.
Probably see how much time he has. All right. Oh, 1,000 points. There we go. David Brown is solid. All right. So there we have locked it in. Joseph and Gabriela, who were so close to solving, but David Brown scored and locked in that 4th spot into case 2. Wow. What an exciting finish just to have so many people get the points on the board so early, and then David Brown locking in his final answers there with 2 minutes to go. All right, well, that
solidifying his spot in the next round.
Right. Congratulations, David. You were neck and neck there, down to all of your answers, but trying to figure out what was going wrong. All right, so here we are with Jeff Tan, who's still back trying to get up to the 220 points correct for level 2. Let's see how Anup did there at 560, where he's currently working. Yep, nope. All right.
Okay, this is okay.
Still on Jeff. We're
still on Jeff. Got the side-by-side view. And looks like he did the stack 'em up method.
Okay, well, 26 seconds.
Let's look at the Noob screen.
Yeah, we're down to 20 seconds, Oz.
All right, 20 seconds. Wow. It's all over Septic crying right now.
Yeah.
Right.
What an exciting.
Yeah.
What an exciting round.
Joseph almost did it.
Yeah. You know, and when you say crying, wait till they see case number 2. Right?
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there we are. What just an absolutely exciting round that was. Early. Jumping out there in the first 2 minutes, solving levels 1 and level 2.
Yep.
Beautiful. And then we were watching Joseph and Gabriela. Oh my gosh, just struggling to solve case number 5. While David Brown had level 5 solved, but there were still some errors. And David, what a great strategy there to just change one answer at a time to try and figure out which answers were the wrong answers, right?
Yep, and we can see Anup had second round was only 50%, but had 100% for rounds 2 and 3.
Yeah, this was so for our 8 contestants, this was probably one of the most exciting battles I've ever seen, from Jarman jumping out early and solving level 1 and level 2 in the first 2 minutes, and then getting to 1,000 points. And then we watched this. Andrew got to 1,000, Michael to 1,000, and then we were on the edge of our seat, literally. David, you had solved everything, but had some errors there, and we were watching Gabriela and Joseph, who were trying to solve level 5, right? And it really could have gone any way there until you locked those 1,000 points in. So congratulations.
Congratulations, that's right.
Right. What an amazing battle to watch.
And Joseph Lau not on the board for a long time, and then boom, was there. Get to there.
Joseph, we watched you building all that logic on sheet 2. That was great.
Yeah.
And I said, slow to get any points, but they'll start to come very, very quickly. All right. So any reactions, David? What was your problem? Do you know, what was it? An error somewhere early on level 2, level 3?
So on level 2, I was off by 1 on one of my on a mod function that I was using. So I fixed that one, and then in levels 3 and 4, it was all in copying it to the answer sheet.
Whoa.
My answers were all correct in my model. I just, for whatever reason, it didn't copy paste properly.
Wow, that's wild. Okay, Dim, we've never seen that many points that early. Are you disappointed you didn't get to 1,000 points within the first 3 minutes?
I was pretty happy with how that went. I was still, even when it's going well, it's very stressful, but I can't complain.
Yeah, that's awesome. Gabriela, do you think you were close there? If you would have got those 1,000 points, what was the hang up there on the last level?
Yeah, I found just when we finished, I found one stupid error that would have saved me 3 minutes. That I might, when I might have gotten the 1,000 points.
And what was the error?
Yeah.
Sorry, what error? It was just that I left one of the formulas linked to the previous section.
Gotcha.
All right.
I'm curious
Joseph,
about.
You were also close there. What was up with your level 5? Were you close at the end, or?
Yeah, I think I was close. I just ran out of time. I think I got stuck on level 1, where there seemed to be one out with the example answer, so I got very confused there.
Okay, so level 1, just getting that straightened out was a problem.
Yeah, so that's why it took so long to post anything on the board.
Ah, gotcha. All right.
I'm still confused.
And
but
David, can you tell us what was the challenge that you had? We saw your points going up and down.
So I was trying to figure out where I was wrong in the answers. So I kept deleting answers to see when my points would go down.
Right.
And it turned out it was in how I copied and pasted it from my model into the online answer key. It was converting it to text somehow. And so any of the really big numbers were getting thrown off. So if any other participants have a pointer on how to avoid that next time, I'd appreciate it.
I had the same thing. I think what fixed it for me was I removed all the formatting, because I think it was like commas it was treating differently. It was treating commas as decimal points or something like that. So when I just pasted it in as plain numbers unformatted, then I think that was what made it work.
Oh, that's a great bug. We'll have to report that to the Excel team. So going from Win32 to Excel Online, the commas are being treated as text. Oh no! All right.
Wow.
Crazy. Well, that was an exciting round, and so congratulations
Yes, it was.
Our 4 who are moving on, and the other 4. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You get to enjoy the rest of the day and don't have to solve case 2. Congratulations on that.
Oh, case 2. Yes. Be thankful. Be thankful.
All right. And speaking of case 2, let's take a quick look at the case video.
This time, the participants will be playing a yacht game. They will need to create and simulate a regatta in Excel, which is a competition between ships. Gameplay. The ships need to follow a certain path consisting of a total of 100 cells on the game board. Before the game, the wind strength and direction are determined for each cell on the board. Depending on that, a ship will sail more or less cells. Some ships, in case of a heavy headwind, will even sail backwards. Each ship has its own unique characteristics. The impact of the wind gets determined by the location of a ship at the beginning of a move and works until the end of the move. Remember that if a ship sails to other directions, wind impact will correspondingly change. A ship can't stay on the same cell as a result of a move. If, according to your calculations, a ship does not move, it should then still move 1 cell forward. Scoring. Each ship starts the game with 10,000 points, and the goal is to finish with the highest number of points. Every move, a ship loses as many points as the number of the cell it finishes its move at. For example, if the ship finishes its first move on the cell number 7, it loses 7 points, and the remaining number of points is now 9,993. The game is over when a ship reaches or passes the finish cell. If your ship ends its move on a red cell, then, instead of subtracting the points, you will need to divide the number of your points by 2. For example, if your running point balance is 9,875 and you end your move on the cell number 38, instead of subtracting 38 points from your balance, you divide it by 2. As a result of the move, your running balance is now 4,938 points. A similar rule applies to the green cells. However, in the case of a green cell, you have to multiply your number of points by 2. Good luck.
All right. This case is significantly harder.
Yes.
Just to go through and try and figure out the wind direction.
Right.
And its impact on how far you can go in each move.
Right. It's hard to understand. There's, in the actual solution, there's a lot of column splitting involved.
Yeah, I mean, from the playboard is not a contiguous block of cells at all, right? So,
right,
you know, you're first off going to have to figure out, you know, for those 100 cells, get them probably into a contiguous section somehow, so you can start to do the math. And then the other thing that's interesting is, let's say that you start at cell number 8 and move 10 cells. What happens in cells 9 through 17 doesn't matter at all.
Right.
So you just, you start from the cell, figure out the wind speed, figure out the direction. And in the later levels, the direction is not always the same. So you have to be able to kind of change that lookup table on the fly.
Yeah.
In order to solve that. And then, you know, also the other one, I hate when I have people that color code their data, right? And I need to add up all the red cells or the green cells. And you have that scoring changed. If it's a red cell that you end up on where you divide your score in half, or a green cell, you multiply by 2. I mean, there is no formula that's going to check and see if that cell is green or red.
Right.
You know, so that one is going to be tough. And there's also different ships that have different characteristics, you know, whether they do well in a headwind or not.
Yeah.
And those ships, Oz, are, again, those Unicode characters, right? So not only are you not looking up regular characters, but you're looking up Unicode characters as well. So all sorts of things here. This time there's 6 levels. The 6 levels, first one, level 1 is worth 60 points. Level 2, another 80 points. And, you know, that's figuring out the direction of the ship there.
In level 2, yep.
Yeah. Level 3, now, given a ship and a starting point, wind speed, where will the ship end the move? Just trying to figure out that. And then level 4 for 200 points, how does the scoring work? Green, red, factoring those things in.
Right.
You know, so it's just getting up to through level 4 will give you all, you know, the math you need then to actually play the game. And in level 5, you're always using the black ship.
Right.
Given 100 wind directions, what's the score when it reaches the finish line? And then if you can manage to solve that will get you to 760 points. It's not that hard if you built your logic well to go to level 6 where you're putting in different ships.
Right. Built your logic well in the previous steps.
Right. Yeah. But this is one of those ones that you look at that and say, wow, in 30 minutes, you know, I would just go get a beer. And
because just understanding these rules and how like a southwest wind is coming from the southwest.
Or no, yeah, north wind is coming from the south, right? And yeah, there's all sorts of complexities in this one.
Yes,
it makes that case 1 look really, really easy comparatively. All right. Okay, well, let's bring the participants back. They've had 5 minutes to read the case.
Yep, we're ready to get on with the get on.
All right. Okay, well, congratulations. You have to go on to case number 2.
Bravo.
Yeah, absolutely. Diarmuid, Michael, David, Andrew, we have 30 minutes on this one. A lot of complexity here. Right, so good luck to you. Any last questions before we get started?
Prayers, wishes.
Why don't you give us a countdown?
All right. 3, 2, 1. A la cuisine.
Okay, wow, easier leaderboard this time. Only 4 of us to track.
Only 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go top right. Let's start with Andrew and take a look at how he's starting to progress through this case, right? And he's
okay.
This is good. I like that he's taking the Unicode characters, those various arrows pointing in 8 different directions, and express them as directions at the bottom. So north, south, west, and so on. It'll be easier to use those in his index and match.
That's right.
Functions.
Okay. So, he's using left. Not. How about flash fill?
Right? Oh my God, what are you doing? This is Oz de Soleil, who hates all artificial intelligence.
No, for something like this, you can see it, right? You can see.
Right. That's right. You'll know whether or not it worked.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, I see, you can use left and all of this stuff, but then you got to you got to use mid to find the space, because the idea is you got to split this apart. Like the northeast space 7, you need those separated. And now you got to use mid and left and right. Oh, you can also use text before or text after.
That's right. If you're on Microsoft 365, Insider's Fast, those great new functions that just came to us.
Yep. Or flash fill.
Or flash fill. I'm gonna write this day down. This will be the day that Oz was for flash fill.
Yes.
Red letter day. Red letter day. All right, good. Let's go take a look. So this was Andrew. Let's take a look at Michael Jarman. See how Michael's doing here.
All right. Yes.
All right. We're 2 minutes in, and Diarmuid hasn't scored a point yet.
Oh, Lord. Did he fall asleep?
Oh, look at this. He's using a named
range.
Named range. Wow. All right. Yeah. And getting to the point where the ship is not sailing north, right? When it gets into those turns, it becomes more difficult because the lookup table is based on you sailing north. So you're going to have to shift that lookup table left or right, depending on which direction you're going. And that's the point at where I said, well, I'm glad I'm not trying to solve this in 30 minutes because, just figuring out, how far those columns need to shift left or right as you go. All right, so he's working on, right there, compass difference. It's almost like I was reading his mind, trying to figure out what to do. All right, let's go take a look at David Brown. See how David's doing. And look at that. Andrew has solved level 1 with 60 points. Diarmuid, 42 points. He's solved level 1, but not correctly.
Yep.
Still working on that. So here we are at David Brown, who was the last qualifier to get to the 1,000 points. He is back on the board sheet trying to make sense out of those 100 cells. It looks like he's trying to get those things together. All right. And Diarmuid now at 60 points. So Diarmuid
sorted it out.
All right. Let's go take a look at one of those.
Yeah, let's go look at Diarmuid.
All right.
Okay, let's see.
All right. So in level 2, from a starting point, figure out what direction the ship is sailing. He's looking up.
Yeah. He's using the X lookup with a wild card. Oh, that's one way.
So he's not even splitting it out. You have to be careful with X lookup because it doesn't want to use wildcards. You have to go to the match mode and specify that you're using wildcards.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I never would have gone that approach.
Okay, and here's you just type this stuff, right? Don't need fancy functions. He just types those directions.
There's only 8 of them, right? That's probably just as fast.
Just move on. Oh, whenever the help came.
Oh no, the F1 key, the dreaded F1 key, right there next to F2. You accidentally press help, and it pops up the help argument. Certainly, no one here is going to press help on purpose.
He had pasted some answers and got no points. And then got rid of them. Okay.
Oh, Diarmuid did have 60 points, and now he's cleared it. All right.
Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to participate in events like this, check out the FMWC Open. You can buy a ticket right now at fmworldcup.com. Early rounds are just on your computer, right? You're all playing at the same time, and you advance then into later rounds. So check that out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have Diarmuid now up to 140 points, which means that he's correctly solved level 2. Andrew, who had 60 points, is now back to 0. What's gone wrong there? Let's go take a look and see how Andrew's doing.
Yeah.
Right. He had it all. He had level 1 solved. But now something has happened, and it looks like he's looking ahead into level 3, level 4, trying to understand, how to build his solutions that way it'll be flexible and can quickly move up through the levels.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Andrew's now solved level 2 as well, so we have a neck and neck, 140 points each for Andrew and Dim using text to columns there
Wow.
to break the data
Wow.
apart. That's brilliant. No, that works at the space, right? That way you don't have to care about whether it's 2 characters for Northwest or 1 character
Right.
for North.
Exactly.
Right.
And Michael and David not on the board yet.
Oh, Michael just got 42
Okay,
out of 60
Michael.
on level 1. Let's take a look at Michael. Something's wrong there with Michael's.
An index match for a 2-way lookup.
All right. I prefer the X lookup, but
Yeah.
however you want to go. All right. So we have Michael here who has now corrected his error and gotten level 1. All right. So Michael will be moving on to level 2. Again, level 2 from a starting point, figure out what direction the ship is sailing. And I love that they've categorized this as very easy.
Oh, gosh. Yes. Yeah.
Let's go take a look.
It was April Fool's Day when I saw
I
that.
saw it very easy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at David Rout, who is still working through his level 1.
Let's see.
Look at this. Look at this level X. He is trying to build a case that will be able to solve just about every level. That yellow input section at the top in column C. With header 2, sheet name, top left, bottom right, bottom left, data table start.
See if that'll work out.
Is playing the long game there. It's like he's trying to be able to solve any possible level. Fascinating. What a strategy. Let's hope that it pays off in the end. Yeah, right. That we don't have 2 players get to 1,000 points before he can finish building this out. But a lot of promise here. There's a lot of hope that this long view will work.
And with just under 22 minutes left, and the points aren't piling up so fast like they did in the first round.
Right. No, that's true. Hey, for those of you just tuning in, we're watching the Excel Esports All-Star Battle. The best Excellers are using their Excel mastery to solve 3 Excel-based games. We're on our second game of 3 here. The regatta, where they're trying to solve a game where a ship has to move 100 cells through a course with different wind speeds and different ship categories. And then a few little interesting twists and turns with the scoring. You start out with 10,000 points. Each time you land on the cell, you deduct some points, but the red cells, your points get cut in half. The green cells, your points are multiplied in 2. And the ultimate goal is to figure out how many points you have when you get to the finish line.
Yeah.
So just a lot to model here. Go ahead.
So Michael is on the board now. Let's look at Michael.
All right. Level 1.
Okay. The named ranges.
Yeah. All right. That's
interesting.
And I tell you, with those directions, I did bring it into Power Query, split columns into rows. Boom, the lookup table right there.
Really?
Oh no, just 2 columns, So it was just an X lookup and no 2-way lookup needed.
Right. Oh, look at that. Oh, we have Diarmuid at 311 points, which is bad news. He should have 320 points
if
at the end of this level.
3, right. So something is off.
One of those is an error. I wonder if there was anything that had commas in it and didn't get copied correctly. Excel Online is really coming along. It's getting much better, but there's still little weird bugs between Win32 and Excel Online. So
it's getting there.
Yeah. And notice down in the corner there, DIMS APM, actions per minute, 195, which is pretty fast for a case that is this difficult. All right. So he's currently working at level 4. This is worth 200 points, 20 answers that are 10 points each. And in general, once you get the logic to build, one answer, you should be able to copy that logic down. So generally we'll see everyone moving up. Andrew now has 221 points. Oh, and
Diarmuid
Early
511.
511 out of 520. So that 9-point error continues for Diarmuid. Andrew has 221, which is an odd score. You should either have 140 or 320. So something is wrong with Andrew. Let's take a look at Andrew and see if he realizes that he has a problem or if he's just moved on to level 4.
To rack up as much points as you can and then
Yeah,
go back.
he's working on level 4. Probably doesn't realize that he has an error back in level 3 somewhere, right? So that he only has 221 points instead of 320. That's a 99 point error somewhere there in level 2 that might come back to hurt Andrew later. Michael has successfully solved level 2. He's up to his 140 points. Let's see. Let's go take a look at David and how David's doing.
Yeah,
with
let's see what's happening.
His universal solution back there.
As well as drinking some water. That's good.
Yeah.
Staying
Stay
hydrated
hydrated.
there in Tucson. Yeah, right.
All right. So is he doing a translation table here? At some point you need to be able to rotate the column headers depending on which way the ship is facing it at any given point.
Yeah.
Looks like he's just manually fixing some numbers, checking some numbers. He's going through checking each cell and typing over some numbers. What's up with that? Is that to get an offset, I wonder? What is the strategy? Yeah. Hey, if you want to participate in an event like this, make sure to sign up for the FMWC Open Excel competition coming up at the end of the year. You can buy tickets now at fmworldcup.com. And also don't forget that you can download this case study for free during the live stream. So go out to fmworldcup.com shop and you can download these, but only during the live stream. They'll be for sale after that. So go get these. Right. It's a great way just to test your Excel skills and see how you would solve this and whether you could solve it in the same time frame or not.
That's an interesting challenge, is to think about, okay, you can see ways to solve it, but then could you solve it in 30 minutes?
That's the hard part.
Very different brain portions, right?
And I'll be honest, there's been times where I've solved something in 30 minutes, but it was 3 or 4 days after I saw the case. So, you're thinking about it, you're ruminating about it, trying to figure out, what are the hard parts, rather than just having the case sprung on you and trying to solve it. All right. So Diarmuid Early up to 511 points, still 9 points off from the 520. Right. Andrew just jumped up to 421, which is deep into level 4. Let's take a look at Andrew. Michael Jarman at 302. And David back here on his long view to try and solve that.
And that 302 says something's wrong with his level 3 because he should be at 320 if he's completed.
Right. Yeah. So Michael has missed an 8-pointer somewhere. Andrew has missed a 9-pointer somewhere, and even Diarmuid has missed a 9-pointer. So that's unusual. Once you get your logic built, it generally will work throughout the whole level.
Yes.
But all 3 of them have one cell where the answer's in, and that answer is not correct. Wow.
And they're using that left and they're finding the thing. I'm telling you, this is a time to go to flash fill.
You can't flash fill sideways like this, though, Oz. So you have to transpose the whole thing.
Yeah. Right.
But see how they took that original, the original course, which spelled out the letters FMWC, and Andrew has now brought it into just a single row here, so it's easier to move left and right through the row. I think that's an important strategy. It's fun to see the FMWC spelled out in the 100 cells, but it's definitely not a good way to approach the problem.
Right. It's not. Okay, and our sponsors, thank you to Microsoft and AG Capital.
Yes. So here's I think what could be the problem. As you land on a cell, you're supposed to subtract the points in that cell, and the 99 cell, of course, is 99 points, but then the 100th cell is an F. It's not 100, and all 3 of our players who have missed one have counted that last cell, the F cell, as 100 instead of counting it as 0 points. So whoever's landing directly on that cell is having the problem, right? And what a weird what a weird thing to have to try and catch later that you're off by 100 cells. But it's happened to all three of them. That's it. All right, and David Brown has just put 60 points on the board.
Yes, let's see. Let's see.
Let's go
what's
take a look
happening
at
with
David and see how his strategy is going.
Yes. That sip of water. Oh yeah, he's at 140. Okay.
All right. So he's very quickly solved level 2. Oh my gosh, look how fast he solved level 2, and now he's going straight on to level 3.
Mm-hmm.
This will be crazy if he has successfully built all 6 levels. Although it looks like he's studying the case there, right? So maybe this wasn't as generic as I thought, although maybe it is. All right, so we'll keep an eye on David there. Let's go back and see how Diarmuid's doing.
Yeah.
Currently in the lead with 5-11.
With 13 minutes left.
Yeah.
And only 2 advance.
Is he working on level 5 right now? Which is worth 240 points. In level 5, you are always using the black ship. Given 100 wind directions, what's the score when reaching the finish line? Yeah. And he is copying those answers in. Oh, there it is. We just see 991. All right, so it all comes back to Diarmuid Early has 1 cell where he's counted the F, the final cell, as 100 instead of 0. Find that cell. There it is.
See? Yep,
there we
that
are.
Was it. That was it.
We have our first lock. We have Diarmuid Early with 1,000 points. Congratulations. I thought it would take him forever to find that error cell, but he found it very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And now it's a race between Michael, Andrew, and David to see who can get to the 1,000 points next to advance to the finals. All right, so here we have Michael, who's currently at 502.
Yep.
Right, working on level 5.
Yep, and David's still working on his long strategy.
Right. Though he just jumped up to a 311.
Woo, okay.
So David has the same problem that Diarmuid had with that 1 cell counting the F as 100 instead of counting it as 0. Andrew
or an F like Diarmuid.
And Andrew at 420. That's an odd score. It should either be 320 or 520. So something's gone wrong for Andrew. There's some logic error there. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at Andrew. See where if Andrew realizes he has a problem or if he's just moved on to level 5. All right. So Andrew, remember, has built his table here with the 100 cells going across, and building the turns down the left-hand side, until you get to the finals. You have to figure out, at which cell you got to the 100. And you can see there in column E that he went from 99 to 107. So that one was solved. Figuring out where it actually crosses over from the 100th point. Yeah. All right. So we have Michael at 502, Andrew at 421, David at 311.
Yep, waiting to see who is going to go head-to-head against Diarmuid.
Interesting. Andrew's APM 243, really high score there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go take a look at David, see how David's doing. He was building a generic solution.
Okay.
Bad sign here, rereading the rules. Up at the top, typing in some numbers. What are those numbers? All right, so he's copied his generic solution from level X. He has a copy of that now, and he's changing. Looks like he's changing the wind speed or the directions, and actually starting from that 10,000 points. Interesting. I think David is in trouble. I think David's in trouble.
Wow.
Because his generic solution didn't extend as we got out to case 4. If you're just tuning in, we're watching Excel Esports All-Star Battle. the best Excellers are using their Excel mastery to solve 3 Excel-based games. This game is our second of 3 today. It's a regatta, trying to track a ship as it moves through a 100-cell race course, dealing with various wind speeds and things like that.
That's right. This is the second game. We started with 8 in the first round. Now we have 4, and we'll see who goes up against Diarmuid Early in the third and final round of this all-star battle.
All right. So here we have Andrew at 421, who doesn't realize that he has some sort of a problem in level 4, but is currently working on level 5.
Yeah, he would be at 520 if he had this right.
Right.
And Michael's stuck.
All right, let's go with 8 minutes left to go. Let's go take a look at Michael Jarman, see how Michael's doing.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. His numbers switch.
Wow, there's a lot going on there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of named ranges, double, have. Yeah. Currently at 502. Looks like he's troubleshooting the end score.
Yeah. Let's see.
7.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, this is a challenge. Oh, the whole brush your fingers through your hair thing.
Yeah. I do that just watching what's going on. Yeah. All right, and Diarmuid Early has locked in our first advance to the finals here today with this 1,000-point score.
That's right. That's right.
About 17 minutes.
Let's see what's happening with David.
All right.
Okay. Looks like he's thinking. Looks like everybody's thinking. There's not much movement happening.
So he has the table formula there, which means that he's built some sort of a model for the first one and then tried to do a data table, what if analysis data table.
Yeah.
Which is a very powerful solution, and usually, we see that happen.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you can download these cases from the FMWorldCup.com shop. They're free during the live stream, so you just have another 6 minutes and one more game to download those for free. So go check that out before the end of the live stream today.
That's right. Get it while it's free.
Right.
Everybody likes free.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But wow. Okay. So Michael Jarman looks like he's gained some more points.
Although David Brown just jumped into second place with 511.
Oh.
So again, David, it looks like he solved level 4. That's the point at which you have, how does the scoring work? The green, red, and they're giving you 5 cells where the ship ends up. Now, to go on to level 5, this is where you're always sailing the black ship, and they give you 100 different wind directions. So you have to actually chart your way through the 100 cells and then figure out the score when reaching the finish line. That one is significantly harder than the other levels. Although if you get to level 5, then it should be not that hard to get to level 6. So we have 3 people who are all working basically on the same level, trying to move from level 4 to level 5. Although various small errors. David has missed 1, Michael has missed 2, and Andrew has missed about 100 or so. And they have to realize that the last cell is an F and not 100 points. Although it'd be very easy to just call that, use the sequence function and have that be 100 points, but you have to score that final cell as deducting 0 instead of deducting 100 as if you happen to land on it. That's what's causing at least a few of the problems here.
Yeah.
Oh, with 4 minutes to go, we have David Brown barely in the lead. Michael Jarman would actually be good if he could figure out his error that would get him up to 520.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
Anything could happen at this point.
Yeah. You know, and you're almost at the point. If you don't have enough time to solve level 5. You know, do you start to put in some random numbers just to see if you get one or two of those?
Rand between rand array.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although the answers in level 4 and level 5 are going to be pretty large numbers, and it would be hard. It would be hard to actually get those just randomly.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. In some of the earlier cases, it was numbers between 1 and 100, and you could successfully guess those. All right, so we have Michael here working feverishly. I mean, he's still trying to solve it with 3 minutes left to go. And if he can manage
502. Oh, Andrew.
Look at that.
661.
His first points in level 5. Boy, and then with 661, what an advantage for Andrew. That logic should actually carry through depending on how he built his solution, and he might be able to get some points from level 6. That's where you substitute the different colored ships, which have different characteristics in. Let's see if Andrew can lock in this win with 2.5 minutes left to go. Yeah. Wow.
901 points.
Nice job, Andrew. All right. So he's finished. He's successfully answered everything. He just has to figure out where his problem is.
Right. And he's looking. Yep. Because he's going back and forth.
Right. And then we have David Brown and Michael Jarman, who both put in a stellar effort, but are stuck on that hard level 5. Let's go take a look as Andrew tries to get to his 1,000 points here before David or Michael solve things. Michael just got up to 742, so that means that he solved level 5. It's very conceivable here that Michael could take that logic and solve level 6. And he has 1.5 minutes left to do that. And if he does it successfully, will he end up at 991 or so? Enough to copy it. Let's see how Michael is doing there. All right. So taking that logic and now accounting for the different ships would have different characteristics. Even just the black ships, he's already solved the black ship. It would be worth it to drop those in. Oh, Andrew now.
Oh, Andrew.
There we are. Oh my gosh, so close with 59 seconds left to go.
Yeah.
Andrew manages to bring it home. Figures out
fix the errors, everything.
Nice job.
Woo.
Well, we have our finalists. Although it was super close. Michael Jarman, right down to the end there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It'll be interesting to see if Michael can solve this in the 38 seconds left. What's another edge of your seat?
Yes.
Competition here to watch Andrew find his errors and before Michael could solve case level 6.
Right. And to see this happen within the last minute, versus having it happen 15 minutes ago, or just Diarmuid getting 1,000 and everybody else wherever they land.
Look at that. Michael going to 9, 10, and David clearing out his answers for 0. There we have. Oh, wow. Look at that. Diarmuid at 1,000, Andrew at 1,000. Michael so close to solving level 6, but still some sort of errors along the way. 70% of level 6. What an amazing game. Nice job. Congratulations, Diarmuid, getting to the 1,000 points first. And Andrew, you were so close. Tell us about that error that you discovered right there at the end to get you those last 100 points or the last 90 points.
Yeah, it was mostly like getting confused about the directions, and I knew the directions were always tricky, but then just in terms of converting like the northeast and to southwest, and then converting to some like a numerical thing, it's it just got a bit confusing. So,
definitely hard. Michael, you were right down to the wire there, getting your last level in, although there's a mistake somewhere. Any thoughts on that last level?
Yeah, I mean, with 2 minutes to go, I just I made my model dynamic to all the boats, and then just with a minute to go, I was like, well, I don't have much more time to play with it. Let's just put all the answers and then see what happens. And it seems that it was almost there, but not quite. But I mean, still pretty happy with 91%. It's not a bad score. I mean, obviously not quite on Dim and Andrew's level today, but well done to both of them.
It was neck and neck. And David, it looked early on like you were trying to build a generic model that would solve all cases.
Right.
And I predicted that you would get points quickly, but not quickly enough. So great strategy, but just not enough time today.
Yeah.
And
But where do you think you got stuck?
I need to find out. I still am not sure, but I knew that from the start to do well in this, you got to get the whole thing.
Diarmuid, you finished early. Did you go take a little nap, or what'd you do with your extra time?
Tried to take some deep breaths and lower my heart rate. It didn't work so far.
Wow.
It definitely spiked again when Andrew took the lead.
Yes. Andrew was in the lead briefly. That's right.
All right. That's great. Good. All right. Well, we're 2 cases down.
One more to go.
Yeah, one more to go. Michael and David, thanks for competing today. It was exciting to watch.
Yep.
Diarmuid and Andrew, moving on. And let's take a look at the video for case number 3.
The Opera's Analysis Kit. If you need help working with and understanding complex and unwieldy spreadsheets, we have the solution. It's specifically designed to save time, increase efficiency, and help you in your day-to-day development and review of complex spreadsheets. These are just a few of the powerful tools available. Summarize generates reports on the spreadsheet's complexity. Reconstruct dissects a formula all the way down to its inputs in the safety of a new workbook. And Compare indicates the true changes from one version of a workbook or worksheet to another. Download Oak's full unrestricted version.
This time, we have revived the old classics and created our own Excel-based platform game. In our game, the key character is Modelario, an Excel guru and a financial modeler. Modelario needs to overcome different obstacles on his way to saving the company's model from breakdown. Gameplay. There are a total of 6 different levels in the game. Every second, Modelario automatically moves exactly 1 cell to the right, towards the finish. Every second, the player that controls Modelario presses exactly 1 button on a joystick. On his way to the finish, Modelario will need to kill some monsters and collect bonuses. Successfully killing a monster, collecting a bonus, or reaching the finish flag will give points to the player. Your goal is to calculate the number of points scored in the game given the sequence buttons on the joystick that the player pressed during the game. Dealing damage. You can deal damage to the monsters by either shooting them, kicking them, or jumping onto them. Kicking and jumping works only from the adjacent cell, while shooting works from the distance as well. Game lives. Modelario starts the game with 1 life only. However, Modelario can get extra lives by collecting the gifts. Modelario loses a life in the following cases. He makes a jump when the ceiling is directly above him. He moves into the cell that is occupied by a monster and does not press hide. He moves into a wall and does not make a jump while in the previous cell. He gets killed by the dragon shot. If any of these events happen but Modelario has more than 1 life, then he loses a life and continues from the same cell. Good luck!
Good luck indeed. Good luck indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the one. Now, Oz, you and I were both alive in the '80s, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I don't remember these games. Like I remember Pong in the '70s. I remember Space Invaders, but this, the Mario and Dig Dug and these other games where we have to roll through. That is that's something, right? So
Yeah. I was in the Navy driving a submarine. I wasn't, doing this.
Which made me think that you'd be great at the regatta. Like the regatta was right up your alley.
Well, yeah. I had a chart and sextant to look at the stars and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, navigation, but that regatta game.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a lot. But there was a lot of cool stuff in it there. It called for a lot of cool features. But this one coming up, now that was a pretty cool layout in Excel to have it look like a video game.
Right.
Yeah, very creative.
So
see what you can do with Excel?
Every second. You're moving one cell to the right and you have to, I mean, the question really comes down to when you get to those monsters or the gift, did you do the right thing at that moment to score the points or not score the points? All right. Now, going back to our fan voting here early on, who will win? It's coming out just like our fans predicted. Diarmuid Early and Andrew and I are finalists. And,
and
if
they're
you didn't have a chance to vote
seated-
before, feel free to go back and vote again. Use that QR code in the top right-hand corner.
Can Andrew pull it out?
Yeah, it's we have two people who are well tuned to these types of puzzles. It'll be fascinating to watch and see who gets to 1,000 points first. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Excel Esports All-Star Battle. These are the best Excelers using their Excel mastery to solve 3 Excel-based games today, and the third one, an 1980s style platform game. We're really excited to watch these contestants make Excel into an esport. Oz, when you and I hosted the FMWC championships earlier, I said this is just like in the movie Dodgeball, where it's ESPN 8, the Ocho, right? And we are excited for those of you here in the United States. August 8th, of course, in homage to that is the day when ESPN 2 puts some crazy sports on, and we hope that some of the bits and pieces from this episode today make it into ESPN 8. So watch on August 8th. Set your calendars. Check out ESPN 2 for the crazy sports they have, including the Excel competition, the Excel Esports here. And for those of you watching on the live stream, if you're watching this, you are a great competitor. Sign up at FMWorldCup.com and buy a ticket for the Open competition. That'll be held later this year. Chance for you to just get bragging rights at work and be the Excel hero at work.
That's right. There were some people at the competition in New York a few years ago. They got their employers to pay for them. What? No.
The competition, right? Yeah.
The competition paid for them to go.
Flew
Right.
everyone to New York, and
but they got permission to get off work. That's what.
I remember talking to a few of those people, and they said, if I win this, I'm going to get a better job. I know they'll get a better job, right? And your crazy Excel skills, just making it to this competition really shows the folks at work that you are one of the best Excel people in the world. So it's great. All right, let's bring the participants back. They've had some time to take a look at this case.
The final 2 of 8.
Yes, right. We have a crazy one here. I have to tell you, when I first saw this case, I was like, "Oh no, this is going to be this is going to be a tough one." But we have the 2 best competitors to chase this one down. All right. So, any questions before we get started?
Any questions? How you feel? Feeling fine?
They'll feel better in 30 minutes. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
I'll do the countdown here. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. Well, good. So now we have just 2 folks here in this game. There are 6 levels. So let's I don't know. Let's start with Diarmuid and watch him start to solve level 1. Level 1 also ranked very easy for 60 points. You're basically just doing a add up the score from the various icons and then double them for finishing, and then multiply by 2 raised to the number of gifts. So each extra life that you manage to catch, if you have 3 extra lives at the end, 2 times 2 times 2, you multiply everything by 8. So 2 raised to the 3rd power. So it have to be a count if there to count how many gifts you have, and just do that final math there at the end. Again, once you get the first one here, you should be able to very quickly copy that down and grab the 60 points very quickly. Right, and watch us Dim paste these in here, and the score is now at the top of the screen, to the left of the countdown clock. Diarmuid on the board first with 60, and moving on to level 2. All right, let's go take a look at Andrew and see how he's doing.
Let's see.
All right, so Andrew, again, trying to get to that first case. It looks like he's about to paste his answers in. And again, 60 points. All right, so there we have it. Level 1, very easy. They solved it. In level 2, we're going to calculate if you collect gifts and bonuses, what are the final scores? So this is a much easier panel. There's no jumping required other than to jump up and grab the gift, but you're never going to run into the wall. None of the bad things are there. No monsters, no dragons. Right,
bumping simply your head against the ceiling.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because unless you would do a jump right there in level 1 and bump your head against the ceiling. So now we're kind of modeling the good things that could happen with just 1 level. So the question is, did you jump or not jump? And also the other interesting thing, it brought me back that the joystick there has 8 buttons, but only 4 buttons are in use. And later, both jump and the up trigger are identical. They do jump. H or down is high. But here in the early rounds, they're not using those duplicate letters. So it's just J, H, S, or K. J for jump, H for hide, S for shoot, and then K for kick. Kick will only be for a monster. At this point, we don't have any monsters, so really you don't have to account for those now.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, there we are. Diarmuid Early getting 200 points, so he has solved level 2. Let's go switch over to Diarmuid. That's just 3 minutes in. Diarmuid's already solved level 2.
Wow.
He's off to the races here. All right, now at this point, we're going to add the monsters into the mix in level 3. All right,
that's right. We get 2 ghosts and an alien.
Right, and you have to be able to account for those. We still don't have jumping from level 1 up to level 2. You just need to be able to jump either to hit the ghost, which is a jump from the immediate cell, or a shoot from 2 cells away. And so, the question for each of those ghosts, did we shoot and jump in time to provide 2 hits to the ghost or not? And then an alien out there. So really, this is almost the exact same game, just adding in the ghosts and the aliens. Shouldn't be too much more logic there, says the guy who doesn't have to solve it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sequence, function, transpose. Okay. All right.
All right. So
look at this.
All right. Diarmuid is building a model on another sheet. That's always a good strategy to have a worksheet. It's just a place for your work paper to go. Let's go take a look at Andrew and see how Andrew's doing.
Who is now tied at 200 now.
Tied at 200. So he's working on level 3 as well, trying to figure out those ghosts. And it looked like, with level 2 there, with not a lot of logic, they were able to just solve it right here. And Andrew actually is trying to solve it right on this sheet instead of building a separate worksheet.
Yeah.
We'll see if that saves him time, being able to see everything.
Yeah, but see, it 2 different ways of working, and that's one value of these competitions. So you can see, because personally, I do like having more space on a separate sheet, but then it does mean going back and forth or opening a separate window and putting them side by side. So it's all personal preference here.
And remember now, these cases are free during the live stream. Go to fmworldcup.com and click on the shop there. You have just until the end of this live stream, so go grab them now. You'll be able to get all 3 cases for free, just for you to solve for fun, test your Excel skills. Maybe you can have a little Excel competition next time they have a break at work.
Yeah. Or you got some loudmouth neighbor that brags about knowing Excel. Say, okay, all right, come over Saturday and we're gonna see. Yeah.
Wow. That's a neighbor problem. I've never, I've barking dogs. I've had that. I've never had the loudmouth Excel expert next door.
Hey.
But it could happen.
That's right.
Just ask my neighbors, right?
You should pivot, don't aggregate that. See? Right?
Let's go see how Diarmuid's doing with
all right.
24 minutes left to go. And again, this level 3, they're playing for 200 points, so we should watch them get up to 400 once they solved it completely. And it looks like he has the various keystrokes that are being pressed there. He's checking to see whether Ghost 1 is dead, right? Because you have to hit the Ghost twice, either with a kick or a shoot. Although the kick has to be within 1 cell of the Ghost. This is by far the toughest of the 3.
Yes.
And as you look back at these platform games from the 80s and how simple they are compared to the video games today, trying to model all of this in Excel in less than 30 minutes is quite the feat.
It is. Yeah. It is.
Hey, if for those of you watching the live stream, don't forget to click subscribe down there and watch all of the future events from the Financial Modeling World Cup. Great YouTube channel. If you're just killing time, it's great to go back and watch some of the old competitions and see how people manage to solve these various Excel problems. Which I realize that sentence just proves how geeky I am. But
we all are.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all are. Yes. See, and I remember the 70s. Nerd was a bad word. Somebody fight you. You talk about somebody's mama, I call them a nerd. But today, it's all right.
It is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, make it on Esports here.
Yeah.
People in Excel. All right. Let's go take a look at Andrew.
Ooh, look at this.
All right. So Andrew is now deep out there into double-digit columns on the far right-hand side. It looks like he's trying to count the various items, building logic for those out there.
We're still tied at 200.
Yes. And let's just point out that Diarmuid got to 200 first, right? If for some reason it would end at a 200 tie, it's whoever got there first is the winner.
Exactly.
Not saying that it's impossible to solve level 3. Not making that prediction now with 21 minutes left to go. We have 2 of the best sellers in the world right here.
That's right. And they are ranked 2 and 3 in the world.
All right. Yeah.
So let's see, got an if function happening, an if nested in an if. All right.
All right.
So let's take a look at Diarmuid.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So this approach here, where he's actually dealing with Ghost 1, Ghost 2, I didn't see that at first. That I was going to try and plan on going through step by step and figuring out what happens, but actually having a logic there to try and figure out those ghosts. You've already solved all the gift logic, right? The stuff in column D. So dealing with column E, the ghost and the alien, that's an interesting strategy.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And now he's trying to calculate how many lives you have. Which is both.
Help.
Did you pick up a gift to get an extra life, or did you accidentally run into a wall to lose a life? Check out our social media channels there on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Make sure to subscribe or follow.
That's right. You just got a little bit more time to download these cases because they are free during the live stream. All right, still tied at 200. They got out. Racked up
Now,
some
I
points
just
pretty
wonder,
early.
in the fantasy version of this, our other 6 competitors, are they now at the bar right now, or are they feet up watching the live stream, or are they actually trying to solve this? That's the big question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, right. 19 minutes to go. Both have their game face on, studying what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Diarmuid listening to music right now. All right. Locked neck and neck at 200. Diarmuid working on alien health column there. All right, you have to hit the alien, I think, 2 times. So it looks like he's pretty happy with the ghost logic that he has. Is the ghost dead or not? And now working on that alien. And again, you could shoot the alien. Like once you get past the ghost, you can start shooting that alien. So are there enough S's there? You can only kick from the adjacent cell. So a kick towards the alien, I think, only works when you get to the cell right before the alien. All right. So I can see how Diarmuid's progressing here. When he gets onto the next level, then we have to worry about jumping, right? Are we running into the wall or jumping up to the next level or not? So, is the J occurring in the right spot? Which is a huge logic leap, I think, from level 3. It almost seems like both of them are just trying to solve level 3 right now, not worried about level 4. And sometimes in these final cases, just being able to get halfway through level 3, is enough.
Might be.
Yeah, 17 and a half minutes to go.
So you think we'll get to level 5 where we'll get to see the B?
I tell you what, I guarantee that we're never going to get to level 7. Right? There was a level 7 in this case, and they said no one will ever make it here in 30 minutes. So I think when you download this case, that you can actually go try and solve level 7. And there was an opportunity there. The first person to solve level 7 gets a ticket to the FMWC Open Excel competition coming up at the end of the year. So, go download the case and see if you can solve level 7. And if you can, great for you and a chance to enter the competition. If you're the Excel star in your office, definitely interesting to participate in an event like this. The FMWC Open is open to anyone who uses Excel.
Anybody.
A couple of early rounds, and then the best advance on to the finals. The semifinals, quarterfinals, and last year those were televised on ESPN3. So a chance to become wicked famous in your office for making it to TV in your Excel skills. Andrew, oh my gosh, Andrew just got to 400.
Okay.
Wow, he solved level 3. Let's take a look at what Andrew did there. Remember, Andrew's working all on the same sheet. Let's switch over to Andrew. Okay, level 4. This is where the first place where we have to successfully jump and not jump too early. So Andrew's copying all of that logic, it looks like, down into level 4. Level 4 is worth 400 or 220 points. So Andrew's next spot would be going from 400 to 620. Does Diarmuid realize that he is behind? What an unusual position for him to be in.
That's right.
Down 400 to 200, a spot that he generally never finds himself in these competitions, usually jumping out to an early lead.
Big early lead.
All right. So Andrew now copying all of his logic for level 3 down to level 4, but now he has to be able to add in the jumping. Did the person jump at the wrong time? Did they make it up to the next level or not? All right. So a fair amount of complexity there. Wow. Shocking to see Andrew solve this level. Let's see how Diarmuid's doing on the same level, on level 3. Is he close to those extra 200 points?
Yeah, so let's check out Diarmuid.
Yeah, let's see if we can switch over there.
Okay.
All right, so he has answers in. He just has to. Looks like he's still doing some double checking.
Diarmuid is at 370.
Oh my!
So something is off.
So does he realize that there's a problem? At least he hasn't moved on to level 4 yet. That's good. He just has to figure out where his one problem is. He's going through case by case, putting in different numbers there, checking the various results.
Let's see.
Checking the logic to see whether or not he notice whether the ghosts were dead or not. And then a data table.
Yeah, data table.
Wait a second. Has he moved on? Is he still working on level 3? Or has he moved on to jumping? We just need to see one cell higher. His formula bar is so tall right now. It's blocking several rows.
You're level 3.
Level
3.
Oh, so he copied his answers directly to Excel Online. Oh, now he's going down to level 4, even before he solves that problem. So he's 30 points behind, and looks like he's moving on to try and solve level 4.
Okay.
Leaving that 30-point error earlier.
Interesting strategy.
That is an interesting strategy. But if you can solve level 4 before Andrew can, then that's worth 220 points. And I guess you don't worry about those 30 points. Come back and get them later.
Yep. We're coming up on 12 and a half minutes left.
Diarmuid currently working at 195 actions per minute. And started to try and figure out that logic for level 4 with the jumping.
That's right.
Oh, a spill error there. He didn't have enough room for those cells.
Using those dynamic arrays, taking advantage of the new calculation engine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just imagine trying to solve some of this without dynamic arrays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. I cringe when I run into someone, they're like, oh, we're still back on Excel 2016 at work. And I'm like, oh, you're missing so much.
Yes, they are. Text after, text before, filter, drop.
2 row, 2 call.
That's right.
If you're just tuning in, you're wondering what you're watching. This is Excel Esports. This is the all-star battle. We started the day with 8 of the best Excellers. We're down to 2, working on our 3rd game of the day. This one, 1980s platform game, Modelario, like the old Mario games. Everyone has solved levels 1 through 3. Although Diarmuid has 1 error in there that he only has 370 points. Both are working on the 220 points in level 4 right now.
That's right. And 11 minutes left.
All right. Let's go see how Andrew's doing.
Yeah. He's 243 actions per minute.
Wow.
Gonna find replace here. Okay.
So right now it's checking for the jumps, whether or not he's jumping at the right time or not.
And he's on level 4.
And soon he's going to have to worry about not just the J, or if someone presses the up arrow, J or U will be a jump, right? So he's going to have to change that logic to not just check for J's, or H for hide. Could also be that pressing the down arrow is another way to hide. So here in this level, H is fine, but soon he's going to have to worry about those synonyms that either of the keys will do the same thing. That happens so many times in Excel, 2 different ways to do the same thing in this game.
And Diarmuid just added 10 points to his score.
That's...
So he fixed something, but something is still off.
Right. Now, was that 10 points him fixing an error in the earlier level, or did he just get the first one in the fourth level?
Good question.
Let's go take a look and see if we can see Diarmuid's screen there.
Take a look.
You know, has he actually filled in one of the answers in this level? Or is he still doing some testing to see if he has it or not? Adding a column in there to figure out the floor.
Ooh, less than 10 minutes.
9.5 minutes to go. Oh, no. Don't forget to check out the FMWC social media channels if you're watching on the YouTube live stream right now. Click subscribe, ring that bell. Be notified of future competitions. And the cases are free at fmworldcup.com if you get them during the live stream. So 8 minutes left to go on that.
8 minutes.
Unless someone gets to 1,000 points first, which with these two competitors could happen. So jump over there now and get those cases while you can.
Well, now we got these ref errors.
So he's working on alien health. All right, if you can fix the ref error. All right, 8.5 minutes to go. There.
All right. All right.
All right, let's see how Andrew's doing on his.
Yeah. Are we going to get to see
level
that
4.
B in level 5? Oh, this is something. What do you think that yellow is that he's highlighted?
Yeah, so that's right underneath the gift. The question is, does he get another life or not? Because it's possible that someone could manage to kill themselves without an extra life, and then the game would be over at that point. Yeah. And you can see that for each of these levels, there's one answer given. And you can see that 10,000 filled in there in the example. So you want to make sure that your logic matches that 10,000. That tells you that your logic is correct.
Yeah.
Right. So Andrew's still trying to build things. And wow, just a stellar high score, APM of 243. So a lot of keystroke actions as he's moving around.
He's moving.
Yeah,
that's right.
The various options.
All right. The final 2 competitors of 8 in this final round.
Yep. Yes. 7 minutes to go. We started the round with 30 minutes, so we're 23 minutes in. It starts to be the point where you start to panic a little bit, I think.
Yeah. He's busted out the X lookup.
Wow. Finally getting used to these, the symbols being used in Excel. Initially, I would have changed those to letters or something like that, but it feels like, you can actually do a lookup of the symbol. Excel treats it just fine.
Yep. Excel does. Characters. Yep. You can put them in slicers, put them in formulas.
Oh, what a great idea! A slicer with the various symbols. I saw that in your book, Oz, the Guerrilla Data Analysis 3rd edition. Use that trick with slicers.
Yeah.
People should check that out. That book, it doesn't come out for another month or so, but it's actually available right now at Mr. Excel in ebook form. So
ebook form, yes. Right. So when is the paper book due?
That is a great question. I don't know. I'd have to go look it up.
All right.
Go check out the ebook now.
Yeah.
Oz, what is that? That's about your 5th book or so? 5th or 6th? I've lost track.
Maybe the 5th, not counting the collaboration that we did with Liam Bostic and the rest.
Oh, right. We're 24 of us. We're all part of that. Yep. Yeah, that's cool.
Right.
That's cool. Always good to have a new book show up like a new baby arriving from the hospital.
Yes.
All right, so we're down to 5 minutes to go. We're 25 minutes in.
And no change in the score in quite a while.
Last 5 minutes. Wow.
Oh. The fist on the forehead move.
Yeah, right.
That's like you digging deep now.
Yeah. Does he realize he's just 20 points behind? What a close score we have here. And do you go on and try and get the points from level 4, or do you go back and try and solve the earlier ones? That's, if I know Diarmuid right now, he's trying to solve level 6.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah. Let's think ahead.
Yeah. If you can pull out 50 points in the hardest level, then hey,
right.
A win is a win.
So you can see on the left there, Diarmuid's working on sheet M4, right? So he built everything on an M3 and then copied that logic over.
Mm-hmm.
But now has to add in jumping, figuring out whether or not it jumped at the right spot or not.
And I'm noticing, that there aren't a lot of fancy formulas here, fancy functions being used. This is really logic and thinking, getting everything set up right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes those new shiny toys are not the most important thing in financial modeling. Wow. Yep. All right. Down to 3.5 minutes right now. The way it stands, Andrew is going to be our champion and win a trip to Tucson, Arizona, to the finals of the FMWC.
The swinging city of Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah,
that's right. But let's see. 3.5 minutes. Oh,
right, so
ref errors.
But I almost think that's those that he expected that. Right, because he's correcting it very, very quickly.
Okay.
Right. Checking to see how many lives he has left. All right, so he's built a lot of the columns. So, the ghost one is the ghost dead, alien health. How many lives?
Less than 3 minutes.
Oh no.
411 for Andrew.
That means that Andrew. What is Andrew doing? Let's go take a look. Is he actually coming up with real solutions? Or is he just putting in some random numbers? Oh no. That means that Andrew has put in a lot of answers, and you see that he has fractional numbers, which I don't think we expected.
Huh.
Is he just a round? Is he just one round function away from having the answers? I don't know. But right now, that puts him a little bit further, 31 points ahead of Diarmuid with 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go.
Wow. Yeah. No bold early leads this time.
No. Right.
Got to work.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes to go.
2-minute warning.
So Andrew thinking, trying to figure out where his logic is wrong. Managed to get 11 points from one of those. Just one of those was right.
And he's composed. He's looking back and forth.
Yeah.
He's focused.
Right. A minute and a half
No fist
to go.
against the forehead.
let's take a look in on Diarmuid.
All right.
Let's see. Diarmuid, is he smiling? Is he giving up? Is he still trying to solve it?
His eyebrows are moving. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. He's talking to himself. He's fussing.
Yeah, but clearly we're not seeing enough variability in those points there. He's not close. With 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go, I don't think he's close to solving the case.
You don't think they'll be like them last minute?
You never know, right?
You're right.
Never know.
You never know.
He's not getting desperate enough to pace them in to see what happens.
Oh, mate.
Will we have ram between? That is the question.
Let's see. Let's see about some ram between. But I noticed that Diarmuid made a note to himself or made a comment in the box.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
30 seconds to go. Diarmuid just off the lead here. 32 points away from a trip to Tucson.
That's right. And if you weren't here for the previous 2 rounds, Diarmuid won both of the previous 2 rounds.
Handily, right.
15 seconds. There's that note he made himself. And that, look at that. Didn't damage the gift. Look at that.
There won't be enough time. There will not be enough time.
4,
Andrew.
3, 2.
Andrew is going to be our winner. There we are.
Oh.
Time is up. Winner. Andrew. All right.
Andrew. All right.
Wow. Another close one. Another close one. All right. Let's
another intense one as
Yeah.
well.
All right, Andrew.
All right.
Congratulations.
All right, confetti. Andrew gets the confetti. All right. How you feel?
Pretty tired.
Oh, tired? You're supposed to be jubilant.
Yeah.
I was surprised to win that last one, but
okay.
Yeah, also quite tired after 3 rounds.
Yeah. Andrew, you managed to get exactly one answer in that last case, and everything else was wrong. That gave you 11 points. You were ahead by 20 at that point. That put you ahead by 31. So just dumb luck there that one of those worked. Any idea what was going wrong in case
Yeah,
4?
I'm not completely sure. I think one reason is because I think the person dies before the end, and so they don't get any points after that. And I didn't really get up to modeling that in my file, but there's probably other things that are wrong which I haven't found yet.
All right. Well, this time 411 was enough.
Yep.
To win. Congratulations. You'll be going to Tucson, Arizona for the
Tucson,
FMWC
Arizona.
Finals.
Gonna need some sunscreen. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Congratulations, Andrew. Any other thoughts?
I think it was really fun all 3 rounds. I really enjoy all these battles and the interesting problems that we solve in these. This kind of all-star battle and also last year's FMWC Open. I quite like the style of questions, and I know that a lot of effort gets put in to thinking of these interesting problems and fun problems to solve. So I really appreciate the team's effort, and great effort to Dim and the other competitors. They all did really well. I almost didn't make it through the semis, so it could have really gone to anyone in the end. But it was great fun.
Definitely exciting cases today. So thanks very much for being here.
Thank you.
Let's have a chat with our runner-up, Diarmuid.
That's right, Diarmuid.
Hey. Tough day there. You were so close, just 20 points off until Andrew managed to get one answer in that last case that last level you were working on.
Yeah, I wasn't keeping an eye on the time, which in retrospect was a very poor choice.
Okay.
So I looked up at some point and it was like seeing the fireworks going off and Andrew wins. I was like,
Stop.
Okay.
Stop. Yeah.
All right. All right.
So I might have switched tack a little if I realized I was so short on time. But I mean, I don't think I could have got 3 more games out in that time anyway. So
we think that you had 2 answers somewhere wrong at level 3 with the 300.
Yeah, I mean, I kept thinking of things and going back and changing them, and it didn't. Like at some point, I got from 370 to 380. I still have no idea what was not working there, but I kind of had a sense going into the first 2. It was like I felt like I know a good way to model this, and it's going to work pretty quickly. I had a sense going into this one, I do not have a good way to model this, and it's going to be super hacky and very slow. And it was.
It was definitely tough. Certainly no one got to level 6, which if you download the case, they have that as homework. What an evil homework problem that would be to try to solve these.
We didn't get to level 5 to see the bee.
Right, or the dragon, right?
The dragon.
Very tough. All right.
But this was all right. This was intense.
What a great day you had starting off, just sweeping the first 2. Getting 1,000 points first on both of those, and then coming so close.
Yeah, and then I choked when it counted.
Right.
Oh well.
Right.
It's all good.
No, what a great competition. So thanks. It's always great to see you in these, and I'm sure we'll see you on YouTube with thoughts on these.
Certainly.
There we go. Yeah. All right. Sounds great.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Congratulations. 2nd place. All right. Wow.
All right. Well, Oz,
heavy.
If you would have told me 20 years ago that we would all be watching Excel competitions, I would have thought you were crazy, right? But it's fascinating to watch these people who are really good at Excel come up with different ways to solve problems and solve them very, very quickly. Fascinating in a very nerdy sense.
And that's so cool today. And to see the things that get built, the reels, the regatta, this tunnel with the guy jumping and the aliens, all of this is in Excel.
Yeah. And this same kind of logic, these same formulas could be used to solve everyday business problems.
Right.
It's just, this is fun here in the esports version, where we kind of have, some fun things rather than just try and figure out the next amortization table. Can use those same skills to solve different problems. And
things.
And don't forget, if you're watching this, you can download these cases. Go to fmworldcup.com, the shop. All the cases are available. You can try them out. Have a little competition at work, for bragging rights, and try and sharpen your Excel skills. Check out the FMWC social media channels. Click subscribe there in YouTube. And, the FMWC Open competition this fall, late in the year. That'll be exciting to watch, and hopefully we'll be back for that.
Yes, definitely. It would be an honor to come back and do this. There's so much fun, and I learn, and people watching learn, and not just the Excel stuff, but seeing how different people work and strategize how to get to a solution.
Wow. Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's good.
But that's one thing that I've said about how do you get good with Excel? One thing is to look at the work of somebody who's better than you.
Yeah. No, that's definitely it. That's exactly right. And actually, just getting questions from people, things that you never thought that you would have to do in Excel, like solve one of these problems. How watch other people try and solve those problems. That's an amazing way to go.
Exactly.
All right. Wow, that was great.
Cool.
Thank
Yes,
everyone
it was.
for tuning in and watching, and our 8 household name competitors for just providing edge of your seat competition today in the Excel world. Lots of very close battles.
It was sweet. It was sweet. It was spicy. It was intense.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
All right.
And congratulations again to our winner, Andrew Ngai.
All right. Very good. Hey, thanks everyone. Oz, we'll see you next time.
Bill.